All right, guys, we are live here in Tampa, Florida. We're going to wait a minute for people to start hopping on. This is my first live stream, guys, since I've been kidney transplanted. That is right. By the act of God, by a miracle, I received a kidney transplant 8 days ago from my living donor named Charlie. So this is awesome, guys. This is new beginnings right now in my life. And I wanted to kick it off by bringing on
I,
a really,
I'm,
really awesome person.
I'm sorry. I've lost you guys.
That's all right. Just hop off and then hop back on.
Okay, I'm
That
sorry.
usually will.
What
That's all right.
happened?
That'll usually reset the connection. All right, guys.
Well,
So in the meantime, I wanted to explain how I got in touch with Terry Donovan, the Republican mayoral candidate for Charlotte. Now, you guys know we need Republicans to win across the country. And that's why I wanted to bring her on, because we need to kick the current mayor's ass. V. Lyles needs to go. She is doing nothing about the crime in Charlotte. And that is why women like Irina Zarutska are killed. So this is very important for our country. So what I want to do is I want to start things off by showing you the YouTube video, how I met Erin, who works for Terry Donovan's campaign. So let me bring in Erin right now. There she is. Hi, Erin.
Hey guys. Hi everyone. My name is Erin Warwick. I'm based out of Charlotte. I'm a local Charlottean. And the way that my paths crossed with Terry was pretty organically. As you know, us millennials, we love social media. We love Instagram. We're not like Gen Z and we're not on the TikTok. We're on Insta. So I sent Terry a message about a few weeks ago because what was really interesting to me, I've lived in Charlotte my whole life and I had no idea, and this speaks to my own ignorance, but I had no idea that we had a local election in November in Charlotte for city council and for mayor. This was news to me. And this all became, knowledge I found out after Irina's murder at the light rail back in August. That tragedy happened in August, and it didn't make any news lines with the Charlotte Observer or with Axios until it got all the way up to Fox News a month after her murder. And that's when I went down the rabbit hole about her story, Irina's, and then come to find out that there was a huge local election in Charlotte taking place this November. And that's how I came across Terry's name. I sent her a DM, explained that I was a super concerned citizen, a woman that lives in Charlotte that is scared for the future of our city. It affects our businesses, our lifestyles, and just our day-to-day lives as citizens of this great city. So I joined forces with Terry, and we've been on the up and up, nonstop, 24/7, trying to get her name out in Charlotte and really campaign for a change in the city as far as the just nonstop crime. We've had a murder in the city every day since Irina's murder in August. So the city has been completely soft on crime, cashless bail, from city council to the mayor, to the judges, to the magistrate, the entire city council and the mayor, everybody functioning in local government. It needs to be wiped clean.
Well said. And I want to play the video for you guys of how I met Erin 5 years ago at my very first Trump rally in Charlotte. And keep in mind, this was the last outdoor Trump rally, the last indoor Trump rally before the COVID lockdowns took over our country. So I'm going to play that clip right now. I look a little bit younger, guys. Keep in mind, this was pre-kidney failure. Here we go.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Nice to meet you.
Oh, wait. Whoops. Hold on one second, guys. I have your website there. We're going to remove that. We're going to pull in the video.
And I saw you in the background. What's your name? And where are you from?
I'm from Charlotte.
Oh, very nice. Another local. And who are you going to vote for this election? Oh, there you go. Okay, all right, awesome.
I don't know if the audio is working, guys. That's not really important. What's important here is this is how I met Erin. We exchanged Instagrams at the rally because I was trying to expand my conservative network at the time. And fast forward, here we are today. She is working with Terry Donovan. So Terry Donovan, welcome to the stream.
I love
Awesome.
it. You know what? I was at that rally.
Oh, really?
Yes. I was
So
there.
the three of us, we crossed paths many years ago.
Didn't even know it.
That is awesome. Well, Terry, welcome to the channel.
Thank you.
I am obviously cheering for you. We all saw what happened to Irina Zarutska.
Yes.
We all were completely heartbroken. And as Erin said, this could have been Erin. I mean, this could have been literally any woman that decided to take the light rail that day. And it's absolutely a horrible tragedy. Before we start getting into your platform, I did want to play your Instagram video just to give my
Okay.
audience a little bit of background about your campaign.
Thank you.
All right, awesome. 1 second. I got to fix the echo caption. And here we go.
Hi, my name's Terrie Donovan, and I'm running for mayor of Charlotte. I'm not a career politician. I'm your neighbor, a business owner, and a friend. My heart has always been with the community, not politics. Over the last few years, I've seen neighborhoods where people no longer feel safe. The center of your city is a direct reflection of your mayor. It's time for us to come to our senses again. It's not about left versus right. It's about right versus wrong. Love your neighbor, even if they disagree with you. This is what America is all about. After the recent tragedy with Irina, the beautiful young Ukrainian woman who was brutally murdered on our light rail, we must demand change. This tragedy never should have occurred. It could have been any of us who chose the wrong seat on the light rail that night. It's time to come together and look for common sense solutions. We cannot let repeat offenders roam our streets. We deserve leadership who puts the people first. I'm running because I believe in solutions, not pushing political narratives. I want to make public safety a reality and not just a slogan. This is not my campaign, this is our campaign. And I would appreciate your vote on November 4th. Please be sure to check out my website to get more involved and to learn more at terrieforcharlotte.com. That's TERRIE for Charlotte.com. Thank you.
Awesome stuff. That is a great video, Terry. I think it sums up kind of the message of your campaign.
Thank you. Yeah.
So Terry, I would love if you could tell my audience about what your platform is and how you're going to improve Charlotte.
Well, honestly, I'm stepping into the political arena when I have never been in it before, and I've never learned so much in the last 90 days. So I've owned businesses. I've been in real estate my whole working career, and I have been living in Charlotte since 2000. And I just said, this city has changed so much, and it's becoming scary. It's getting a little too close to home. I mean, we just had a person shot and killed, a mile away from where I live, from where a lot of us, work, live, and play. That just happened a couple of days ago. It seems like every day, I wake up, especially since I'm involved in this now, I am getting updates from people who live uptown, which is, 10 minutes from me, South End, which is where a lot of the younger demographic lives. I'm getting text messages constantly every day by things that I don't even see reported on the local media. They're not reported on the local media here. They're not reported, on any of the social media outlets here. Nobody's really doing a good job of focusing on keeping everyone informed of what's really happening in the community. And it's scary. We've also found out that there's just a disconnect between what's really happening and what the CMPD department is. When they release their numbers, they don't quite match up. Crime is just a serious problem right now. And so before Irina Zarutska even happened on August 22nd, I had signed up to run at the end of July. The deadline to file was July 19th, and that's when I filed. And when I did that, I made that decision solely on public safety. We've got to clean this city up. We've got to clean this city up. We've got people that have been arrested over 30 times walking around our streets. You cannot make this up. And I think what frustrates me the most is that there are people who really still think, oh, those Republicans, they're exaggerating. They're just, they're doing this for political reasons. It's all propaganda. It is not. And so I've just been trying to educate my friends. This has nothing to do with Republican versus Democrat anymore. This is more about, evil, good versus evil, right versus wrong, common sense versus delusion. And that's what I'm trying to get through to everybody. Don't listen to what I'm saying. Go research it yourself. But just stop listening to all these, mainstream media outlets that just are not even reporting the truth.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is kind of why I took a vested interest in your race, was because of the Irina Zarutska story. That was one of the most graphic videos I've seen. You know,
Huh.
of course, and then Charlie Kirk happened. That incident happened as
Oh,
well.
and
So
then
there's an issue in our country right now, and I think we need someone like you that is going to be tough on crime and keep these prisoners where they belong, which is in jail.
yes, yes. Well, I'll tell you, it's going to take a lot more than me. It's going to take waking a lot of people up. It's going to take people stepping outside of the box. It's going to take people stepping outside of their comfort zone. I think what we have going on right now in our country is that people don't even want to be involved in politics anymore. It's gotten so ugly, so nasty, and so much fake news flying around that nobody even wants to step up and get involved. Nobody wants to be in the political world anymore. So what ends up happening is you get these career politicians in there who basically are just trying to line their pockets and get things, stay in office so that they can push their own agenda through. And that's exactly what I'm seeing, and that's exactly what happens. And it's just been really interesting to see it on a very local, small level. But I can only imagine what it's like, in DC. But that's exactly what's going on here. If more people would just really investigate what's going on and step up and just run for office. I mean, hey, if nothing else, you're going to learn a lot. It's going to be a great experience, and it's really going to open your eyes to what we're dealing with in this world. We just have a lot of people in the wrong places right now, and it's a scary time, especially larger cities, the local city councils.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of what you were just talking about, I think you probably heard the story of Jay Jones, the attorney general running for Virginia, who basically in text messages said that he wanted to murder his political opponent and murder his children as well. I mean, this is the kind of battle that we're fighting in this country for people that are running for office, and it's absolutely just shocking. Now, I did want to pull in your website because your website has your platform. And I just wanted to kind of talk about some of these points that you have. Now, for everyone watching, if you have friends in Charlotte, please let them know that Terry Donovan is the Republican candidate and early voting starts tomorrow. So get to the polls and vote as early as possible so that we can beat the sitting Democrat mayor in Charlotte. So the first point you have of your platform is public safety. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, for me right now, the way that Charlotte is structured, there are 11 city council members and there's 9 Democrats, 2 Republicans. The mayor only even gets to vote if there's a tie, but that does happen. And it has happened on some very important issues over the last few years. I think the mayor is more of just a cheerleader for things that need to be advocated and focused on. We've got to acknowledge that we have an issue with crime instead of just walking around saying, oh, everything's fine. We have no issues. There was just a murder next door, but everything's fine. And that's what we have going on now. It's like we're putting these solutions in place. We need more focus on mental health, which absolutely I agree with. We do. But in the meantime, we can't have deranged lunatics roaming around our street attacking people. Just 2 nights ago, there was a girl attacked on a scooter, a young lady. In her 20s, probably early 20s, riding a scooter around probably 3 miles away from where I live. And she's just enjoying her night on the scooter. A random homeless, deranged person comes up and knocks her off, pushes her right off the scooter. And, people saw what happened. So obviously a lot of people have been making videos about it, but everyone's been very worried about her because it's kind of like, okay, why isn't somebody reporting on this? A local news outlet, like, the other problem we have is I don't even think a lot of people watch the news anymore because they've realized what's happening. So many people have just disconnected from it. But, it's very scary. And so we just absolutely have to acknowledge we have an issue and make it a top priority because nothing else matters. If we don't have a safe city where people feel safe walking down their sidewalks, sending their kids to school, nothing else that we're trying to do matters.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. The next thing on your list is infrastructure. Can you talk about that?
Well, Charlotte is a very fast growing city. I mean, we don't want to become the next Atlanta. I know we have over 100 people moving here daily. But at the same time, I know they're trying to push through a transit tax right now, which I think at some point that may be a good idea to discuss. Because again, we need to improve our infrastructure. We need to update our infrastructure, but I just don't believe that right now is the time for that conversation. We just had such a horrific incident happen on our light rail system that people don't feel safe on the public transit. So we need to make it safe first, and then we can reapproach that conversation later down the road.
Awesome. Yeah, I actually visited Charlotte a couple years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. I think it was after the COVID restrictions lifted. And I loved Charlotte. I went to, I think what you referred to as South End. Is that the Young area?
Yeah, that's what everybody calls it. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. There's a lot going on, a lot of activity, a lot of, you can't even keep up with the number of new restaurants that open there, bars, but it's also right where Irina Zarutska was stabbed to death.
And to me, it just seems like such a dog-friendly city. The one thing, though, that I remember is there was an ice cream shop in that area. It's like in a park, from what I remember.
Benny's or something. Yeah.
It might have been that one. And I just remember, like, when I have ice cream, I want to just have a nice, innocent moment and enjoy vanilla ice cream with some sprinkles, right?
Exactly.
But guess what they had on the window of the store? They had Black Lives Matter stickers. They had trans flag, pride flags. And I was just like, this is just not the appropriate place, in my opinion, for political messaging. Like, when you have ice cream, it's supposed to be an innocent thing that reminds you of your childhood. I wouldn't want to have seen a Trump sticker. I don't want to see stickers. I was so like, that reminded me that Charlotte does vote left, I think, historically. But we're going to change it this election.
We've got a lot of people that are coming to realize, what's been going on. And like I said, at this point, to me anyway, I have a lot of Democratic friends. I do. One of my best friends is a Democrat. I just love her. Actually, her husband votes Republican and she votes Democrat, but I love both of them and I understand both of their mindsets. But I think a lot of times Democrats they're empaths and they really believe that they're getting involved in causes where they're standing up for people and helping people. But if they really investigate it, it's actually a lot of it is suppressing people.
Yeah, I mean, that's really funny you said that, because I always say that Democrats, they think they're good-hearted. They think their intentions are in the right place. But what they don't realize is the consequences of their beliefs. For example, they want to say things like, no human is illegal, open the border, let anybody come in. But if we're not vetting these people and we have criminals coming in, people are going to be hurt. People are going to be trafficked. People are going to be sex trafficked. People are going to be drug trafficked. And they don't think about the impacts it has on our communities, as well as the innocent people that are trying to get into our country.
Exactly.
So they just don't think about the long-term consequences.
And my thought on that is, if people want to come here and have good intentions and they want to contribute to our economy in a positive way and lift other people up and pay taxes and come here legally, I am all for it. I mean, some of my best friends are immigrants too. And
I'm an immigrant.
Fully support you. I mean, fully support them.
Awesome. I think we lost Terry again. Terry, if you could just disconnect and reconnect again, we'll. I'm sure the camera will start working again. Oh, you're back.
Sorry.
You're back. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm all about legal immigration, and I'm all about vetting people that want to come into the country. Terry, I've traveled the world. I've lived in Thailand. I spent a lot of time abroad.
Lucky you. What are you doing here?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I was waiting for a kidney transplant. Which is why I was kind of, stuck in Florida, even though I love Florida.
I love Florida too.
But my point is, in order for me to get to Thailand, I had to go down in New York City to like their office, the Thai office, and I had to bring all these documents. I had to show my savings. I had to show my cash. I had to show a background check, because Thailand basically was like, if we're going to let you fly in, we're going to investigate you while you're still in the U.S. And that's the kind of stuff that we need to do for anybody that wants to come into our country.
Exactly.
That's our test.
I mean, that's what kills me. That's what kills me. Everybody that's all for open borders. I mean, hey, you know what? Let's say I want to go live in Australia tomorrow. Well, guess what? They're not going to let me. I can't. you can't just walk into somebody's country and not be properly vetted and not go through the proper process. I mean, it's crazy. These people who just think, who have that mindset. I don't get it. So,
Has Charlotte been affected by Joe Biden's crisis, the illegal crisis?
oh gosh, yes, absolutely, absolutely. I forget I heard it was over 300,000 people here, illegally. And again, let's find out their intentions. They need to be vetted. I mean, do people want to be here for positive reasons because they love our country, or are they here for other reasons that are not so positive? And I think we have a little bit of both,
And I know Charlotte rental prices are, getting high pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of development, but I always hear about people are surprised that the rents in Charlotte, they're not as cheap as they might have thought it would be because you guys are growing so fast.
That's another thing I really want to focus in on, because we've been talking for years and years about affordable housing, and we still don't have affordable housing. And I've been in the real estate business and have relationships with a lot of developers. And so we really need to focus in on true true affordable housing for once, instead of just, campaign slogans.
Now, did you work in real estate?
I did. Yes. I've been in real estate. I've been a licensed broker since 2000. So.
Oh, you're a broker.
Yeah. And that's
Fancy.
the thing. I mean, I hear from all my clients, I have lots of clients. I've been selling here for so long. And when I hear from them, hey, look, this is what's happening in my neighborhood. I mean, these are nice neighborhoods. This is not, we were not having issues like this 5 years ago. This is all stuff that's post-COVID. We were not having any of these issues prior to COVID. Not to this extreme, where we've got homeless people sleeping all over uptown, attacking people, and that's what's happening. So, and if anybody, wants to challenge me on that, what I do is I go out into the community and talk to people, and I'm getting updates from the actual people that these things have happened to. And as a matter of fact, I've connected with many of them, and they're going to be coming to speak at my campaign events and so forth.
That is absolutely awesome. I just want to make sure I hit all your, okay. So those are your four important platform points: public safety, infrastructure, accountability. That's something we haven't spoken about. Can you talk about accountability?
Yeah, accountability. Well, we've just had some scenarios over the last, couple years. We had city council. They approved it was like an over $300,000 payment that went to the police chief. There's a lot of questions surrounding that. I'm not sure if anybody will ever know the full story on that. So I just kind of, but it has come out in the local media and everything that actually did happen. There's two sides to the story, and I understand that. But things like that should not happen behind closed doors. And that's exactly what happened. Because if nothing shady was going on, why did it have to happen in a closed door meeting?
Yeah. I was going to ask you, I was trying to find polling data for this election. Does that exist for Charlotte? Are there any predictions that are?
I can't even tell you. Every time I go out and speak in the community or do any kind of a fundraising event, I've got people usually following me to my car, telling me they're a political analyst, telling me they're this and they're that. And I have had more information thrown at me in the last 60 days than you could even imagine. So I try to block all that out. I'm not really even paying attention to that. I'm more focused on, let's talk to good people who know that we need change in Charlotte, and they want to have a change in leadership and a new voice.
That's awesome. And then, the last thing I wanted to talk about is if you could just give an answer about how you will prevent things like what happened to Irina Zarutska happening again, because this is obviously the hot issue that's very famous about Charlotte. And I'd love to hear what you think you can do.
Well, the first thing we have got to do, we've absolutely got to get every single one of these people elected that's running on the Republican ticket. Early voting does start tomorrow, because change is going to happen when we have new representation. And that is only going to happen if we have new people on our city council. We've got a man named James Bowers, who's just an amazing man that's running for city council. We've got Justin Shealy running for school board, Lisa Klein running for school board. Edward Peacock is running for at-large. I know Juan Hall in District 2, he's running. Bill Fountain, Krista Bakari. We've got to get all of these people elected, and we can hopefully start to make change in Charlotte. I, like I said, will only have the ability to have a vote if there's a tie, but that does happen. And I would be more about acknowledging the fact that this needs to be our main priority. This has got to be a top focus for our city. It absolutely must be. We've got to fund CMPD. We need to fully fund CMPD. They've got to be able to hire, retain, recruit the top officers. And if not, they're always going to be behind. I mean, right now they're over 300 officers short. And so being over 300 officers short, how can we expect them to protect us? You know, I hear stories right now of people when they call 911, they're put on hold. I mean, it's crazy to think this is happening, but it is absolutely happening. People don't even believe it.
That's wild.
And so we've got to fund CMPD. Number one, fund the police.
I was about to say, fund the police.
We've got to fund CMPD. From there, you know, it's going to be more about, first of all, that's going to be my top priority. And I'm going to acknowledge that and state that day one. Actually, I've already been stating that. So that needs to absolutely be our focus for everybody. That's what business owners want. That's what the citizens want. That's what we must have. We absolutely need it. And we are not going to save our city if we don't elect every single one of these people. Tomorrow, early voting starts at the Hal Marshall Center. That is a location that's around centered around Uptown. So I'm not so sure, you know, I don't know how many people will vote there, but after October 22nd, all the voting locations actually opened, and we're going to have 20 other locations to go to. I'll make sure these are all posted on my social media, also on my website. My website is terrieforcharlotte.com, TERRIE for Charlotte, for FOR, Charlotte.com. And I've got my platform on there. You can also donate on there. I will tell you, I got into the game a little late. So unlike the incumbent mayor, this is her 5th term. She, you know, has, I'm sure, hundreds of thousands of dollars raised. I am doing all grassroots, baby. I mean, I've got people on my campaign. My campaign is all about grassroots and people who are passionate, that live in this community, that are literally working 14 hours a day. Boots on the ground, you know, making calls. We're texting each other at 2 a.m, you know.
Yeah, you're hustling.
So and I've got Aaron plugged in. I have got Geo. I've got some really great, you know, little secrets in my pocket that I'm just not going to share with everybody. So.
All right. Well, Terry, I'm really excited about your campaign. I really hope that you win and that you could beat V. Lyles. We need people like you in office across the country.
Yes.
And definitely in Charlotte. We're going to make Charlotte great again.
People have got to step up. Yes, make Charlotte great again. Look, I have my hat.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then, yeah.
That's amazing.
Huh? I almost wore this, but I didn't want to be a Christmas tree. So
That's true.
Red and
Awesome.
green.
Well, Terry, I appreciate your time and you coming on and to talk about your platform.
Okay.
My audience, we're all MAGA Republicans, 99% of us. And so I hope that my audience watching will tell their friends in Charlotte to make sure that they get out and vote for Terry for the
That
election.
is going to be so helpful. Please, yes, everybody share on their social media and tell
Awesome.
everybody to get out and vote this week. Thank you so much, Adam. And
All right, Terry, thank you so
thanks
much.
for arranging this. Thank you.
Of
Bye-bye.
course. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, that was awesome. That was my my first interview, and it was with a mayoral candidate. So this is how cool my channel has become. We're actually getting potential mayors onto these streams, and I want to do more of these in the future. So if you guys know of any candidates that are running in local elections and they need additional assets, they want to get the word out, you can put them in touch with me, and I'm happy to have them come on my channel. The focus Republicans. We want Republicans, MAGA Republicans, to be in office all across this country. So again, I'm going to leave this live stream live. So if you missed it, like Nancy did, you'll be able to watch this. And I'm also going to clip this into some shorts for TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, X, blah, blah, blah. And again, guys, I'm still recovering. I can't really go out and do anything yet because I don't have the stamina. But if you guys do want to support my recovery, you can donate to GiveSynco.com/Adam Francisco. I am an immunocompromised man, still fighting for the Constitution, the country, and Donald J. Trump. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. And as always, God bless Trump.